Back here on CBS Sports HQ, take a look at this. Myles Garrett could have missed the first 7 games of the season, and he would still be tied for the league lead in sacks. He has 13 over his last 4 games, 18 total.
He was slack in the first 7 games.
Must have been, right? 5 sacks against the Patriots 4 weeks ago, 1 against the Jets, 4 against the Ravens, 3 more this past game against the Raiders. At this rate, there's a chance he sets that all-time mark Sunday on CBS against the 49ers. He only needs 5 to break that record set by Michael Strahan back in 2001 and then tied by TJ Watt in 2021. That 21 season, that was the first 17-game season, but it doesn't look like he's going to need all 17 games. Let's play fact or fiction with Garrett and a bunch of other players trying to set single-season marks. And with Myles Garrett, it looks like a formality now that he's going to break that record.
Yeah.
How high is it going to go, though? Fact or fiction, he sets that thing at 25 or more.
I'm going to say fact. Has you just read it in the last 4 games, 13. If you go back 5 games, he has 14 sacks, which is an NFL record. Nobody has more sacks in a 5-game span. And we were just talking about it, Pete. The defensive line he's playing with is the reason why we've seen these sack numbers trick up, right? Because he has the guys up front that push the pocket so the quarterback can't drift back. He has a really good quality of depth at the defensive end position. So when the quarterback tries to flush to the other side, there's a guy right there waiting. And their defense is so good. Like, it's great that people, with Shedeur starting are finally talking about this defense. Because I've been telling you, Has and Pete, the last couple of weeks, it's been a travesty that nobody's been able to see this defense on the national stage. And now they will because of all the energy that Shedeur Sanders is bringing. Myles Garrett is the most dominant and best player in the league, and I don't even think it's close. And if you ask other players in the league, I've talked to them, they say that as well. So I think he does shatter this record. Now, again, it always gets a little antsy when you get to like 20, 21, because now you're pressing
You
and
need
reeling.
Brett Favre out there to just slide
and fall down.
Right. 22 and a half. That's not the number in 16 games if you look at that.
Correct. So, I think he does get to 25 and shatters the record, though.
I agree. I think he definitely gets to it, and I don't even think it's close. He's so dominant right now. You can't block him, and if you try him one-on-one, block him, you're going to get eaten alive. And even the chipping and everything, all the helping he's beating, all that. You mentioned all the other guys have improved, and you get the young kids in there. Great Mason Graham pushing the pocket on the inside, Collins on the inside. Yep. It helps him. It helps flush guys toward him, whereas in years past, they would run away from him.
Correct.
And they can't do that anymore. So he's going to shatter that record. He is the best player in the league right now. No question about it.
On pace for 27.5. We were going to do fact or fiction 30 sacks, but these guys don't.
That's a crazy
If
number.
he played the Raiders every week, he'd have 40 sacks.
And you talked about him getting a record this week, right? He does have a game where he's got 5. He's got a game earlier this year he had 5. So
so
could get it.
Go on record and say he's going to get it this week.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
This week
Kyle Shanahan will run the ball, try to short the game.
Bold prediction.
All right, we're continuing to play fact or fiction with some potential record-setting seasons. Let's go to wide receiver now. Jaxon Smith-Njigba chasing the single-season record set by Calvin Johnson. It was 1,964 yards. Jaxon Smith-Njigba with the 17th game on pace for just over 2,000 yards. Fact or fiction, he breaks that 13-year-old record.
I'm going to say fact. I don't think anybody knew this record was going to be broken out. Eventually they thought it would, but we thought Cooper Kupp had a chance to do it. He didn't, but this guy's playing at a different level. He's averaging 119 receiving yards per game. And over 6 games, if he just averages 108, he'll break the record. Now, the thing is, he does play a couple of good pass defenses coming up. I believe he plays the Minnesota Vikings and also the Atlanta Falcons, who both have really good pass defenses. But he played the Rams, who have a really good pass defense, and he still beat them for 100-plus yards. So this guy, everybody knows he's getting the ball, and his route running ability is out of this world, Pete. Like, you have not been able to stop him. I think he gets the record.
I don't think he gets the record. And what month is coming up?
December?
Oh, my God.
Oh, no. He's got Sam Darnold turning into a pumpkin.
No, he's not going to turn into a pumpkin, but he's not going to put the numbers up that he's been putting up. I think he's going to be somewhere between where he was with the Rams and with those gaudy numbers he was putting up, and I think that hurts Smith-Njigba. I don't think he's going to get it. And by the way, if he does it in 17 games, you got to put a little
asterisk there, right?
I mean, look what Calvin Johnson did in 16 games. I mean, it's a monster season.
And Calvin Johnson said he's surprised that that record still stands. He thought that somebody like Cooper Kupp would have broken that already. All right, to a running back. And this one's, it's a little bit far-fetched. Remember that LaDainian Tomlinson season some 20 years ago now, where he went for
It was a
31
special.
scrimmage
It's the
touchdowns.
fantasy, gold standard is what that was.
That's when Jamie Eisenberg's entire career was birthed on LT. 2006, 31 scrimmage touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor's on pace for 26, so he would need an uptick. And this week, facing the number 1 defense in football on the Texans. Fact or fiction, he gets to 31 or 32.
Fiction, because of what you said. Not only does he face him this week, he has to face him again.
Good
he has
point.
to play the
Twice.
Texans twice.
Wow.
And when you look at it, games the Colts have lost, they haven't gotten them involved enough. The Steelers game, the Chiefs game. So, like, when you look at the bottom of the stretch of their schedule, they play every team that's 500 and above. There are teams that are vying for the playoff positioning. So I don't think he'll get there. Now, this is still a special season by Jonathan Taylor, but that LT season in 2001 was out of this world.
It's amazing. It's one of the great seasons you'll see as a running back position. But he's not getting there, in large part because you talked about it. He's not getting the carries. But also, the quarterback takes touchdowns away from him near the goal line, too. I mean, he does do that, so he can run the football. I don't think he's going to come close to it. I think he gets about,
24, 25.
24, something like that. He's not going to break that record.
So not even sniffing
No.
30 then,
I don't
let alone
think so.
31.
I don't think so either.
It's like it's all relative when you're talking about Chicago Bears records, because all these guys we talked about, we're talking NFL records. This is just a Bears record we're going to ask you fact or fiction on, because the Bears are the only team in NFL history without a 4,000-yard passer in a season.
Insane.
Caleb Williams is right on pace to be right there, within 50 or so at the end of the season. Schedule gets tougher.
Yeah.
Fact or fiction, Lige, he becomes the Bears' first 4,000-yard passer.
So we had this question earlier in the season when Ben Johnson was coming. We were doing a fact and fiction just like this, and I said fiction then. I'm going to say fiction now. One, because of the back half of the schedule. You talked about it, right? They have the Packers twice, which is a daunting defense. They go to the Philadelphia Eagles on Black Friday after they just gave up a 21-point game. They're going to be highly motivated. And when you look at what Caleb Williams has done, Pete, I think he's averaging 233 pass yards a game. He would need to average a little bit more, 238. I just think the defenses that he's playing, and let's not forget he plays the Cleveland Browns, too, in that defense. I don't think he's going to be able to get to the 4,000. Now, I think he will get around like 3,700, maybe 3,800, but I don't think he'll get 4,000.
I think he's going to get it. And the reason I think he's going to get it, because you mentioned a lot of teams, good teams he plays. I think they're going to be playing more from behind at times, and he'll have to throw the football more. So I think the volume's going to go up, and when the volume goes up, the numbers will go up. It might not always be pretty, but he's going to have to throw more, and I think that's going to help his numbers go up.
We have one more fact or fiction. It's for Lige. Fact or fiction, Pete will make it 25 years at CBS.
Where year are you at?
Today's the day.
Oh, my God, 25.
Today.
I love it.
25th anniversary for Pete Prisco.
Congrats, my guy.
Yeah.
Who started back here in Y2K. And
Literally.
he's made it all the way to 25.
That was a big year for me. I got married that year, and I started here.
Wow.
Look at
That's
you.
a blessing, man.
Yeah.
Still kicking, still going strong. Congratulations to Pete Prisco and many more, man.
Thank you.
All right, we've got a huge slate coming up on Sunday on CBS. Highlighted the early window with Texans Colts. Also, how about the Browns 49ers? We talked about Myles Garrett, Shedeur Sanders getting his second start. And then 4:25 Eastern, it's Bills and Steelers. The loser of that game is not going to be feeling very good about their playoff chances. That's Sunday on CBS and Paramount+.